Hello everybody from Plant Reviews. Today is the 13th of September and in my very messy front garden I have still a few flowers, a few roses actually, and one gladiolus you can see at the back. But what I really want to show you is this beauty. This is Colchicum cross agrippinum. It is one of my favorite flowers. You can see the beautiful tessellation, and the colchicums are also called naked ladies because they don't have any leaf when they bloom. And this is just grass indeed. The leaves of this colchicum are actually quite large and can reach even 20-25 centimeters of height, while the flowers they reach about just 15 centimeters in height. Colchicum cross agrippinum is it seems that is a cross is a hybrid between two species of colchicums, Colchicum variegatum, from which it takes this beautiful tessellation of the flower, and Colchicum autumnale, that is more like a plain pink. It is you can see that the flowers are this beautiful pink, and it is a very delicate pattern, really an exquisite tessellation. As you can see, is one of the actually not the only crocus to show this pattern, because Colchicum variegatum as well show this pattern, and this pattern is also evident not only in the internal part of the flower but also, as you can see with this flower that is in bud now, also on the external part, and you can actually see it even on the flower that is open now. Colchicum is a genus of species of bulbous plants in the family Colchicaceae, and they have a pattern of blooming very similar to the autumn crocuses. However, they belong to different families. The crocuses are bulbous plants that belong to the family Iridaceae, while this one the colchicums belong to the family Colchicaceae, and actually is weirdly one of the closest relatives is the Gloriosa superba, the glory lily. That is a completely different in shape and growing pattern, is a climbing plant, but well, they belong both to the same family. The bulbs of these plants can be purchased now in autumn, and they are peculiar because from the bulb, even before the leaves will start sprouting in spring anyway. So when you plant the bulb, they need to be planted about 10 centimeters deep. The first thing that will come up actually is the flower. Sometimes you can see even in the shops where you buy these bulbs that actually the flowers are already in bud, or sometimes even open without any root and any leaves coming from the bulb. So if you want really flowers as soon as you buy a bulb, definitely the colchicums are some of the best option together with the autumn crocuses. Colchicums are bigger in size than crocuses. This one, for example, is about I would say about 8 or 9 centimeters across, and they have 6 tepals. The tepals are basically the structures of the flower that in many bulbous plants have the same shape across in both the petals and the sepals, so we call them tepals because they are very similar to each other. In this flower in particular, I think the petals, the 3 inner petals, are a little bit shorter than the 3 outer petals, 3 outer sepals. Anyway, you can see the pattern is really similar. They have this very nice tessellation, this pink background, and this white stripe running in the middle. The anthers are yellow, and the stigma is present at the center of the flower. The colchicums are very hardy plants, and they can definitely grow throughout the UK, and they are frost hardy as long as obviously you plant the bulbs in deep enough to avoid being frozen solid if it's too much in the surface, and also they need really well drained soil and thrive in full sun. So after blooming, probably just after you purchase the bulb, the plant will go dormant, the roots will start forming in the ground, and then the leaves will come up in spring. And in spring this plant will not bloom, you will just have these leaves. They will be about 20-25 centimeters tall. So even if actually the flowers are just like 15 centimeters in height, remember to not put them very close to the front border, especially if you have in the front border crocuses that are a lot smaller in height for the flowers, because usually the colchicums start putting leaves, start leaves when many spring crocuses are in bloom, and if they are planted together, the leaves of the crocuses will cover the flowers, the leaves of the colchicums will cover the flowers of the crocuses. So it's better to plant them in an area on their own, the colchicums, so you can really appreciate in autumn these beautiful flowers. And if you want companion plants among the colchicum bulbs, I would recommend some medium height tulips that will not covered by the leaves of the colchicums, so that when they will be in bloom, you will be able to actually see the flowers. However, the leaves of the colchicum will still have enough light to photosynthesize and nourish the bulb for the blooming of the following year. The plant will then go dormant again in summer. The plant loses the leaves in summer until autumn comes, and will start producing the buds and then bloom with these beautifully tessellated flowers. And it's a pretty easy plant to find in specialist online stores. Is not really common to find in shops, but sometimes you can find it in some specialist shops. However, if you like colchicum cross agrippinum, definitely I would recommend you specialist bulb nurseries. Both in the United Kingdom and also in Europe. There's many specialist bulbs that where you can buy these bulbs from. Definitely now in September is the best time to plant crocus bulbs. Actually, you can ideally should have been planted already in August, because really now it's the period when they start blooming. However, probably will be able to find some without flowers, so you can still enjoy them if you plant them in this period. About the colchicums, this is a plant that I can recommend to plant anyway. It's great in the grass, and I think if it's planted in the grass, as long as it's not too long, I think it looks great for these flowers coming out of the grass, and the grass actually supports the flower of the crocuses, of the colchicums, because you can see the flower is tubular and is quite long. It can be quite delicate if there is breeze or strong winds, so definitely I recommend you to grow with other companion plants, and ideally with grass that can give some support for the flower to be erect. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. As usual, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, it would be great if you can please give a thumbs up, and if you like this video and the other videos on my channel, it would be great if you can please subscribe. This is completely free for you, but in this way obviously you make the YouTube staff aware that you like my videos, and YouTube in turn can promote my channel on the platform. As usual, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.